The Hinterkaifeck Murders, a haunting mystery that defies time. The Hinterkaifeck Murders are one of the most chilling and baffling mysteries in true crime history, a sinister blend of horror and crime that continues to capture the imagination of mystery solvers around the world. These gruesome killings, which took place in 1922, are widely regarded as one of Germany's most shocking and unsolved murder cases. Picture this. A quiet, secluded farmstead nestled deep in the Bavarian countryside, about 70 miles north of Munich. This was Hinterkaifeck, home to the Gruber family. Andreas, 63, his wife Cecilia, 72, their widowed daughter Victoria, 35, Victoria's two children, Cecilia, 7, and Josef, 2, and their maid, Maria Baumgartner. The family led a reclusive life, their farm isolated from the outside world, the perfect setting for a story dripping with suspense, but their quiet existence masked deep tensions and unease. As winter melted into spring in March of 1922, the farm's silence would soon erupt into unspeakable horror. The calm before the storm was far from peaceful. Andreas Gruber had started noticing strange occurrences around the property that defied explanation. Footprints in the snow led from the nearby forest to the farmhouse, but disturbingly, no tracks ever led back. Keys vanished into thin air. Night after night, the family heard strange footsteps echoing from the attic, as if an uninvited guest lurked just above their heads. Though unsettling, these eerie signs weren't enough to drive the family away. Even when their maid abruptly quit, claiming that the house was haunted, the Grubers stayed rooted in place. On March 31, 1922, a new maid, Maria Baumgartner, arrived to fill the vacancy. Tragically, her first day would also be her last. Imagine a chilling spring night. The farmhouse lies under the cover of darkness, silent except for the killer's steps. On the night of March 31st, one by one, the Grubers were coaxed into the barn, and it was there that the unimaginable bloodshed unfolded. Armed with a mattock, a brutal type of pickaxe, the killer unleashed horrific violence. Andreas, Cecilia, Victoria, and little Cecilia were each struck down in the barn. But the nightmare wasn't over. The murderer then moved into the house, targeting the youngest member of the family, 2-year-old Josef, and the maid, Maria. Their lives were extinguished with the same merciless cruelty. Details of the crime scene are spine-chilling. Young Cecilia, only 7, showed signs of immense suffering. Her hands held clumps of her hair, likely torn out in agony before she succumbed to her injuries. The true horror of this case lies not just in the murders but in what happened after. For several days, the killer stayed at the farm, living among the lifeless bodies of their victims. Neighbors noticed smoke curling from the chimney, signaling that someone remained inside the farmhouse. The animals were fed and cared for, and the house showed signs of activity, as though nothing had happened. Whoever the murderer was, they inhabited the farmstead without a hint of guilt or urgency to flee. This eerie normalcy only heightened the terror. When the family was discovered on April 4, 1922, the gruesome state of the farmhouse horrified neighbors and investigators alike. Blood stained the walls, and a deep, terrifying silence filled the air. The police faced a puzzle that seemed impossible to solve. Despite extensive investigations, no one was ever charged with the Hinterkaifeck murders. Over the years, several theories have emerged, each shrouded in mystery. A family feud. Rumors swirled about an incestuous relationship between Andreas and Victoria, stirring suspicions of a jealous or vengeful motive. A former maid. Some suspected the former maid, who had fled the farm, might have known more than she revealed about the haunting events. The eerie footprints and the killer's ability to remain undetected sparked theories of an outsider, someone who hid in the shadows, observing the family's every move. A robbery gone wrong. While possible, this idea was dismissed as the family's valuables were untouched. To this day, no theory has solved the riddle, leaving the case a haunting enigma. The Hinterkaifeck murders leave an indelible mark because of their unnerving details. The murderer lived in close proximity to the dead for days, undisturbed. Footsteps in the attic and missing keys hinted at a sinister presence, giving the case an almost paranormal undertone. Advanced forensic methods have still been unable to unearth new leads, ensuring the killer's identity remains hidden in the shadows. Haunting and unforgettable, the Hinterkaifeck murders have inspired countless books, documentaries, and films. In 1923, the farm was demolished, but the story it holds remains alive, etched into the annals of unsolved mysteries. For mystery solvers, the Hinterkaifeck case is a lingering challenge, a puzzle waiting to be deciphered. Could the killer's identity be buried in forgotten evidence, or does it lurk in the whispers of the past? Would you dare spend a night in a house with footsteps in the attic?